There is nothing short about the divorce process here in Connecticut. If you're considering divorce, one of your biggest questions is probably, how long is this going to drag out? The truth? It depends on you and your spouse more than anything else. That's the question Ralph has this week. Dear attorneys, how long does divorce take in Connecticut? Sincerely, Rushing Ralph. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna break down exactly what the timeline is of divorce in Connecticut and the factors that make it go longer or shorter. Hi, I'm Kristen Wolf with Wolf & Shore Law Group. We are a family law firm here in the state of Connecticut, and every day we help guide people through divorce. Look, most people don't realize that the divorce process is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Sometimes it takes years to get divorced, and other times people are done in just a couple of weeks. The key difference is you, how agreeable you are with your ex, and vice versa. Most people assume that divorce has to take 6 to 12 months to be completed. In situations like this, they file, they wait for the deadlines, they don't talk to each other while everything is pending, and they let it drag out. Or sometimes people just assume that they'll lose something by agreeing too quickly. But here's the truth. In Connecticut, you can actually resolve your divorce really quickly, sometimes even within the same day. If both parties are agreeable, then they can agree and submit everything all at the same time. Waiting or being argumentative oftentimes just increases the cost, the stress, and the delay. Look, there's 3 main ways that you can get divorced in the state of Connecticut. The first is coming to an agreement outside of court, either through mediation or collaborative divorce, getting that agreement drafted and all the necessary paperwork done and submitted to the court at the same time. The second is by filing and going through the process, even though you're generally in agreement, but it takes a couple of months for you to figure out all of the loose ends and to finalize the terms of any agreement that you may reach. This is really where most people fall. Both want to get divorced, but you haven't had an agreement just yet. It takes a couple months for you to figure out exactly what that may look like and what the terms are going to be. The third is a contested divorce. This is oftentimes, unfortunately, what most people think of when they think of divorce. People not talking, one person is blindsided, and so on and so forth. In these types of cases, it's still possible for you to reach an agreement, but it probably isn't going to come for about 6 to 9 months. And if by 9 months you don't have an agreement, the court's gonna make you go to trial anyways. Generally speaking, this is usually the most costly option because you're litigating, you're going into court, you're running everything through your attorneys, and the legal fees do start adding up. Here at Wolf & Shore, we're always willing to negotiate prejudgment, but if your case is headed towards trial, we're prepared for that as well. The timeline of a divorce is usually one of the first things that people consider before they even start taking action on it. So if you're in that situation, give our office a call, set up a consultation, speak with one of our attorneys, and we'll give you the facts that will matter so that you can have a better idea about the timeline in your specific situation.